Hello everyone, this is me Krishnendu Bakshi. How are you doing? Hope you all are fine. Well, I am given a topic that is agri-tech, food and nutrition. Now I am going to share some of my views, ideas regarding the topic. So let's get started. Okay, first I like to open my laptop. Okay. As we know that modern technology is taking its step everywhere in every field. So how can be the primary sector lag behind this opportunity? It's necessary to introduce technology in primary sector as like all the other two sectors. My idea is to introduce artificial technology in the field of agriculture, as because all the other two sectors are being introduced with artificial intelligence, but agriculture is still lagging behind. So here I will explain you all why it is necessary to introduce artificial intelligence in the field of agriculture as well. As we know that agriculture is a part of primary sector, and primary sector forms the basic of other two sectors. So it is necessary for the introduction of artificial intelligence in the field of agriculture as well for the sustainable development. Now, if we talk about how is this going to happen and how is this going to serve the mankind, so I would like to clear all that here I will focus on two main points, that is productivity, and number second is that is to ensure lesser environmental degradation. Now, if we talk about productivity, how the productivity is going to be increased, the question comes in mind. The answer is very simple. Yet to increase the efficiency of the crops or to use the fertilizers. But if we use the fertilizers, it is going to degrade the environment. So we are going to use the first option to increase the efficiency of the crops. And how are we going to increase the efficiency of the crops? That is by the process of gene doping, which is a part of biotechnology. What is gene doping? I guess that you all are familiar with this topic, but still I like to share my knowledge regarding this term. What is gene doping? In gene doping, simple, we take two different genes of two different crops and we dope it to a hybrid crop formation, to form a hybrid gene of a crop. Now let's discuss how this gene doping is going to be beneficial in field of agriculture. It is used in modern technology, but along with artificial intelligence is something different. It is not gene doping, but gene doping along with artificial intelligence is to be required in the field of agriculture. So to increase the productivity, we are using the gene doping. The gene doping is productive as on low input it will do not cause any harm to the mankind, but we have not to get stick only one point for developing, because development should require in all round process. That is why we have to look all around. So future technology should be that which can work with 5 times than the traditional man-made techniques. So some of the techniques being introduced in present world in many European countries and American countries are: number first, introduction of agricultural robots for inspection of crops. This is very, very beneficial, as because agricultural robots, if we use agricultural robots in inspection of crops, then it is going to help our farmers. It is going to help our farmers in the way that all the time the farmers are not available for the inspection of crops. They require rest. They need rest. So at that time, these robots are going to inspect the crops. Number second, animal trackers and device monitor to look after the growth of the vegetables. As like the first point, all time it is not possible to look after the crops, look after the animals. That how is this going to be in the field of agriculture? I am going to explain that it is not possible that all the time we are inspecting the crops, some animals is coming or not, some animals is trying to destroy the crops or not. But here if we use animal trackers and device monitor to look after the vegetables and crops, then it will give us the periodical information that when the vegetables, when the animals or any other things are affecting our crops. This will give relief to our farmers, and our farmers would be encouraged to increase the productivity. Our farmers would be encouraged to increase their output. Number third point, to eliminate pests without the usage of increased agrochemical products, which is causing damage to human health and adversely the environment. Yeah, this is very true point, that to eliminate pests, because pests are generally those animals or organisms which generally feed on the crops but they destroy the crops. And generally, to remove pests, we generally use some pesticides, germicides, but this is going to affect the human health, and this is affecting the human health adversely. So we can use a certain device which can use less agrochemical products but can remove the pest. Number fourth point is maintenance of the soil by looking the silicon factor. I am not related to the agricultural field, so if someone of you are related to agricultural field, they can know that the silicon factor, what is silicon factor? I am not being able to introduce what is silicon factor, but yeah, one thing I would like to introduce, that the soil for a farmer, the fertility of a soil is very, very important thing. So for the fertility of soil, some of the points are being keep in mind. That number first, that is the pH of the soil, and number second is that how much alluvial the soil is, how much loamy the soil is. More the pH of the soil. And regarding that, I am not taking in a detailed manner because I have no idea regarding the soil factor. So here it is given that maintenance of soil by looking after the silicon factor. So silicon factor is something which describes the soil's fertility. So we can use there also the artificial intelligence. Here I am now only going to discuss about the artificial intelligence, because agriculture is not my sector, so I will not able to clear you that what is silicon factor. You can go and check it out. So these were the factors which, keeping in mind the agriculture techniques, are being equipped. Now we are giving some of the examples being employed in some countries. Number first, in United Kingdom, Green has developed strawberry harvester which can harvest or pick the strawberries faster than the humans. And how it is possible? Simple. It is using the powerful algorithms which allow it to pick strawberries in every 2 seconds. Number second, installation of drones in productive field to inspect the pest all the time. What I have said, that it is not possible for our farmers to inspect all the time the crops. So if we install drones which can just inspect the pest all the time when the farmers are sleeping, then little amount of spray of pesticide, because our farmers nowadays use lots of pesticides. They don't have the idea how much pesticides have to spray it or not, and that is why it is affecting the human health. Yeah, it is destroying the pest, but it is also adversely affecting the environment as well as the mankind. So installation of drones in productive areas, productive field where the crops are being grown, to inspect the pest all the time even when the farmers are sleeping. They will spray the pesticide in a limited amount from the certain height. Number third, if someone is involved in animal stock or animal cultivation, just like keeping cows, domesticating cows and selling their milks, it is now going to helpful for them. There are being introduced some smart collars which are designed in certain manner to monitor the health of animals, and it is being used in Scotland. It's a collar-like structure around the neck of the livestock to increase the productivity. How is it is going to increase the productivity? It is going to increase the productivity since if the livestock is healthy, then if the livestock is healthy, then we are going to get the dairy products from the livestock. I mean to say that, like cows. Okay, from cows we are going to get the milk. We are going to get the milk is the basic output. From milk we can get paneer. We can get lots of dairy products. I'm not going in detail. So it is being used in Scotland. Now comes the main helper of the farmer, that is the soil. So if we take the example of robot like drone that is manipulating the texture of the soil without using excessive use of the agrochemicals. Okay, now here the soil comes, that is the main factor. It is the main helper of the farmers. So if we take the example of just we build a robot like drone which is manipulating the texture of the soil. It is inspecting the soil and it is manipulating according to the type of the crop. It is manipulating the soil without the excessive use of the agrochemicals. So these were some of my ideas, which are the examples of installation of artificial intelligence in the field of agriculture. So now it is my idea. Now here it comes the challenges. The main challenge behind the installation of artificial intelligence in the field of agriculture is the commercialization, because artificial intelligence is very, very costly. But believe me guys, if it is being introduced in the field of agriculture, it is going to be very, very beneficial for countries like India, which is an agricultural economy nation state. And as we know that our country still uses some traditional techniques to ensure the crop's productivity, but we are not getting output as we are expecting. So if we use artificial intelligence in the field of agriculture, countries like India will benefit in a severe manner, in a manner which is up to a certain height, which is beyond imagination, which is going to benefit our country in a good position, in a best position, I should say. So some of my ideas are given, but yeah, the challenges behind is to commercialize it. So I think you will like it. So these were some of my ideas, and I hope that you will like the video. Okay, and these were some of the points. Yeah, one thing I would like to introduce, that these techniques are used in modern world, in European countries, but countries like India, which is a developing nation, it should use it. It is going to help them, and I do believe that every field it is going to serve our farmer brothers and our agricultural sector, because India is an agronomy nation state. So it is going to help our country in a great manner. Beyond our imagination, it is going to help our country. So that's all guys. Thank you for watching this video. Okay, just hope you all are fine. Take care. Goodbye. Okay, fine.